the early days of search and rescue, certainly search and rescue using helicopters. Yes, another part of the burgeoning historic helicopter scene, the Westland Whirlwind HAR-10. And another lovely engine note, Andy, that of the Bristol Siddeley Gnome turboshaft engine. Yes, I'm expecting a full search and rescue demonstration. Something, once again, I think we all took for granted over the years, especially with the Sea King. Some of us can remember back to the Wessex, some even as far as the Whirlwind. It was during the early stages of the Second World War that the Royal Air Force found itself very under-equipped to rescue aircrew that had bailed out over the sea. The Royal Air Force Marine Branch was equipped with a range of boats and launches. Most were very old, many undermanned. And the sad fact is that during the Battle of Britain, even with the help of civilian vessels and the support of the Royal Navy, aircrew who bailed out or ditched into the North Sea or English Channel had about a 20% chance of returning to their squadrons. Over 200 pilots and aircrew were lost to the sea during the Battle of Britain. It was in light of this that Bomber Harris, Air Marshal Sir Arthur Bomber Harris, created the Directorate of Air Sea Rescue on the 6th of February 1941. And they deployed a range of aircraft. They used the Supermarine Spitfire and the Bolton Paul Defiant to patrol for downed aircrew, both aircraft on display here. And then Avro Ansons to drop supplies and dinghies. We saw an Anson just a few displays ago. Of course, the problem is none of those aircraft could actually land on the sea, so that was the job of the amphibious aircraft, such as the Supermarine Walrus and also the Sea Otter. They were fairly limited in range, so if the downed aircrew were a long way offshore, aircraft such as the Catalina, even the Sunderland were employed. By the end of the Second World War, more than 8,000 aircrew, 5,000 civilians have been rescued. The real game changer here was the introduction of the helicopter, replacing fixed-wing aircraft and also supplementing the various launches and boats of the Marine Branch. Simply because they could hover above a casualty, deploy someone to offer first aid, to offer support, and then actually extract them from the sea. Helicopters used in this role, in the search and rescue role by the Royal Air Force. Sycamore, that we've already seen, the Wessex and Sea King, both on static display today, and of course this, the Whirlwind, used primarily during the 1960s. Incredible to think that the RAF Marine Branch lasted up until 1986. Search and rescue, or air sea rescue as it was commonly also known in that period, with helicopters, started under the control of Coastal Command, and it was in February 1955 that number 22 Squadron, then stationed at Thorney Island, received its first Whirlwinds. At that time, the yellow colour scheme that we see on this one made its appearance. They were equipped with both winch on the fuselage side and a scoop net. Detachments were set up around the UK, and of course that was the pattern for many years to come. All sorts of other Whirlwind variants were developed. The early ones had the Pratt & Whitney Twin Wasp radial engine before they switched to the Bristol Siddeley Gnome. In between, the Alvis Leonides that we saw powering the Sycamore earlier was used on certain marks as well. This is a Mark 10, first flown 1961, in prototype form, and Transport Command and Coastal Command, Training Command also operated examples like this. This one actually dates from 1956. It was built as a Mark II for search and rescue use. It was subsequently converted to Mark 10 standard, and it served as a large number of airfields with great connections with not just the search and rescue detachment, but also other roles: Leconfield, Lucas, Coltishall and Chivener. It ended up with the search and rescue training unit before it was retired. Flew in
civilian hands again in the 1990s. More recently, it's returned to flight under the very enthusiastic leadership of Andrew Whitehouse. Its owner, he operates it under the historic helicopters banner. He keeps it at Crewe Cairn in Somerset. It's the only airworthy whirlwind around at the moment. Andrew has great plans for his historic helicopters operation. He's got 2 Wessex now at his facilities, and we hugely look forward to seeing one of those flying in the UK again.
A different version of the Whirlwind, the HAS-7, is the first British helicopter designed for anti-submarine warfare and used by the Royal Navy. Entered service in 1957 and could be equipped with either sonar for submarine detection or torpedoes for attacking the submarine, but not both. So they would work in a pair, kind of hunter-killer pair, one to find, one to destroy.
And it wasn't just in the search and rescue role that they were very active in RAF service, and you can see more about that in the static display just behind the control tower. A very beautiful camouflaged Whirlwind provided to us by the Yorkshire Helicopter Preservation Group, and it's in the colours of number 84 Squadron, Royal Air Force, with United Nations markings on it. 84, a unit that went on to operate, of course, for many years in Cyprus on the Wessex. And after that, the